there's a very good question here that asks, given the situation, the drop in oil price, is it affecting your hiring decision? Shall we be, as students, as fresh graduate, be worried that the oil and gas sector is not hiring because of what's happening right now?
Shall I take that, Masha?
Okay, you go ahead first.
It shouldn't, and if you look at our statistics also, the last year, in terms of when we were looking for operation technicians, so in 2019 we hired 12. This year we're still looking to hire 14. So a big mistake I think sometimes is that yes, you have a situation now, but remember we're talking about what happens in the future. We have to look at the afternoon die low. So we're looking at what happens. Yes, we have low prices now, but we need to look into the future and say that, okay, what's going to happen then? Is it going to constantly stay there? Probably not. It's still going to, hopefully will go up. So we need to plan for that also. So we need to also plan for retirees, people who are leaving, and we still need to continue to hire because that attrition rate is still there. So no, it shouldn't affect us. And we will continue to be hiring to fill in certain key positions.
That is very reassuring. Thank you so much. KABHB was asking, how can a fresh graduate boost their career opportunity in the oil and gas industry? So I think what he's really asking is, hey, how can I improve my chance of being picked by you guys?
So when it comes down to for graduates, we actually also follow through with Brunei Shell with their graduate recruitment drive. So that means it also goes through, so they can apply, graduates can apply to that. I think they will be releasing every so often. If you go to the either Brunei Shell or Brunei LNG websites, you will see openings there that, okay, we're looking for graduates. I think then once they go through that, I guess it's an interview process, and it's a quite intensive interview process. But right. I guess what would increase the chances, we are also specifically an industry which requires certain skills. So normally it would also come down to what are the departments looking for right now. So like I mentioned just now, there are certain positions or gaps that we have in certain areas. So electrical, rotating, mechanical, and chemical. Those areas would normally then be, we would inform our HR and say that, okay, and then they would, out of all the CVs that come through, they would handpick those. We are in a position where actually we have the luxury in a way to actually pick and choose, because there are so many graduates, alhamdulillah, which is good to see. But as we know, and throughout the world also, the competition is quite high. So of course we would try to see and try to get the best if possible. And that would mean the better your grades also, it would obviously come as an advantage. But having the right skills, the right qualifications would also really help.
May I ask Pengiran Mas, how do you get yourself, if you can rewind 17 years ago when you just graduated, how do you get ahead of the pack? How do you get yourself selected? And how do you get to where you are right now, whereby you are in a key position? This is a 3 hours conversation, but over to you.
Okay, so like Raymond mentioned, so for all those participants, who are in high school, who are not in the university yet, right? So please ensure, you pick the relevant, degree. So for the oil and gas, like Raymond mentioned a lot already, the technical field. This is what is required by oil and gas. So, I hope you're interested in this field and can pursue a degree in this field, whether it's engineering. Correct. So of course there are other, like the support function, right? So whether it's IT or finance, of course, these are also critical support or required in every company. However, the number of openings are much less compared to the technical. So again, if I rewind 17 years ago, so I do have a relevant degree. So I was having accounting and financial management degree. So yes, I can apply for a finance position. So like Raymond mentioned, it was very intensive. They call it assessment day. So where you actually call for not only an interview, but it's a lot of activities at that time. So they actually test you, your spontaneous thinking. They give you a case study, and how do you approach that case study? They give you a task where you have to work in a team. So can you work in a team? How do you communicate with others? And there is also interviews one-to-one with some of the assessor during the days. So it actually tests beyond your academic knowledge. So it is really about your ability, on the soft skill, how you communicate, how confident are you, and they really see whether you are preparing for it or not. Because if you really want something, I'm sure you're gonna give your best and prepare for it, and this will come out during the assessment. So maybe that is just a bit of maybe sharing or advice for the younger generation there, if you're preparing to go or to apply.
Do you remember your preparation process, Pengguram Mas? How exactly did you prepare for this really tough interview process?
Yeah, so okay, first I kind of preempt, the question that or prepare, right? The question that they may ask. One of the common question they could ask, why do you apply to work for BSP or for BLNG or for Brunei Shell Marketing? So
Mhm.
you must have you be able to answer that, right? So it's not just for the sake of getting a job, but there must be a reason why you choose BSP or BLNG, right? So share that, with honest,
So
feedback.
if I was honest, I would say because you all pay the most and you have the
Yes.
best career opportunity. Would I be penalized for being so honest?
No, that is actually one of the natural reason, right? So you want to get the best pay or remuneration package that you can. Why do you want to settle for less if you can get a higher, package? So indeed, there's nothing wrong with that question. But of course, you'll be prompt. Okay, what else, right? Well, what interests you to join the oil and gas industry other than the pay?
Uh-huh. Okay. What would be the right answer though?
Oh. Okay, so you have to sell a bit of yourself, right? So how you fit, how your qualification fit into the oil and gas company, and also why do you want, you asked one of the question just now, right? The joy in your
Yes.
career.
Yes.
So for me, my answer to that is simply because how we give back to the country. BLNG is one of the biggest contributor. It's a bloodline for the nation. So seeing how much we contribute to the country, makes me very happy, because then the government, Brunei government can provide, free education, free hospital. So and where does the government get the budget? But it's from us. So that's why that really brings joy to me.
So a sense of national service, very important. Right.
Well,
Does
one
anyone
thing
have any question that you want to jump in to
I just
ask?
want to contribute a bit on that just now
Please,
also, in terms of if people want to prepare themselves also for these sort of things. The one thing that I personally also would like to see is actually because I've gone through this also. I've also been on the interview side of things. A lot of the questions that when asked, the sometimes what we are looking for is actually how you think, how you answer a question. So sometimes the answer is not something that you can study for or you can prepare for in a way. It's actually how you think and how you come up with your answer. What are your justifications behind your points that you're making? So in a way, you should be able to at least when you make a point, be able to bring that point forward, but also be able to justify why you said that. So it's always a leading question that we will ask. It's like, but why? Why do you think that? What's your basis behind thinking that? So I think that's very important. Really look at when you're answering something, like say, example, the money thing, right? So Sean, so you said money, right? So why is money so important to you? You know, and it's you can say anything, right? But for us, we want to understand what is your basis behind thinking of that. So really look into depth of how you're answering, why you're answering that, and that also, you know, it lets you opens up what you're actually thinking about.
What I'm hearing from the both of you is the ability to sell yourself, the ability to present is critical. Now, I want you all to speak to the importance of selling. You know, to me, this is one of the most underrated skill, but, you know, do engineers need to sell? Do finance manager need to sell?
I think selling is probably sometimes, you know, because you can pick the wrong person also. For a person who knows how to talk, they can sell anything, right? So we have to be careful there. I don't think that's an important, or it is useful, but I wouldn't say it's the most important part. A lot of it comes down to how you present yourself, how you think, the attitudes behind how you think. You can say, you know, as a citizen of Brunei, right? Are you the type who says that, yep, you know, I cannot do this because the government didn't provide me this. I cannot go to school because there's no government allowance that allows me to get from here to point B. We want to look into people who are actually self-motivated, really doing things and say that to themselves, you know, asking yourself, how can I make things better? Not to be basically the blame game, right? You know, I'm in this situation, so I cannot do anything about this. Aku yang kana, you know, but it's more about, you know, okay, so you're there, but what are you going to do? What can you control that you yourself can take yourself out of it?
Spoken like a real engineer. I'm really impressed with this answer. This is not what I was expecting, but Pengerang Mas, do you agree with what Raymond have just said?
Yeah, it's true. So, and it's obvious during the interview also whether you're authentic or not. So that soft skill, again, come back to the soft skill, you know, and how you bring yourself, how passionate you are. So when we mention about sell, it's not about sell and not telling the truth. You know, it is, you know, to share with us, you know, what is your motivation and also what you will do, you know, what you could offer to BLNG. So this is different from each one, right? So, and this is also will help us to rank and choose which is the successful candidate actually. Yeah.